Hello and welcome our blood viewers to RTD's News English edition. As usual, we'll begin tonight's news with the major and top highlights. Let's follow. The award ceremony placed under the high patronage of the head of state is part in the Djibourian Cup of 2022. And on the international scene in soccer, Real Madrid wins their 14th Champions League against Liverpool. Those were our major top highlights. Welcome back to our newsroom, our beloved viewers. Under the high patronage of the President of the Republic, His Excellency Mr. Ismail Omar Guelleh, took place the final of the Cup of Djibouti, which opposed the team of Arta Solar 7 and Djibouti Telecom at the Stadium El Haj Hassan Guled Abtidon. On his arrival, the President of the Republic was welcomed by the Prime Minister, Mr. Abdelkader Kamel Mohammed, and the Secretary of State for Sports, Mr. Hassan Mohammed Kamel, as well as the President of the National Olympic of Djibouti, Mrs. Aisha Kharad. This match was attended by several hundred supporters of both teams. The team of Arta Solar 7 scored the first goal thanks to Ibrahim Ali, who scored the 56th minute, followed by the second goal of his teammate at the 42nd minute, and finally the third victory against the team of Djibouti Telecom, who scored a goal. Note that the team of Arta Solar 7 has won 5 times in a row the Djibourian Cup and 2 times the National Championship.
للربي وأبقيلي للربي وأبقيلي للربي وأبقيلي للربي وأبقيلي مركي للرقي وجدو شعبي قريقي سباري مركي للرقي وجدو شعبي قريقي سباري نكيدني ربي ويدي للربي وأبقيلي للربي وأبقيلي للربي وأبقيلي للربي وأبقيلي رجية مرقلي يكتيبا وحيتري كان كوريي رجية مرقلي يكتيبا رجية إدي لغيدا رجية مرقلي يكتيبا انتو ركنا دا أتاقي رجية مرقلي يكتيبا رفاتي نقا تلقاني رجية مرقلي يكتيبا للربي وأبقيلي رجية مرقلي يكتيبا للربي ركية مردلي يرتيبا ركية مردلي يرتيبا إذا الكوزة جبوتي ركية مردلي يرتيبا ركني إنوسي هو كانشو ركية مردلي يرتيبا نكاي إسرع دايمانتا ركية مردلي يرتيبا للربي وأبقيلي ركية مردلي يرتيبا للربي وأبقيلي.
His Excellency Mr. Ismail Omar Guelleh proceeded on Saturday afternoon at the Haj Hassan Guled Abtidon Stadium to the awarding of trophies of the Djibourian Football Cup 2022 edition. The trophies awarded at the ceremony came at the end of a final match, which in twists and turns and shows which opposed the team of Arta Solar and Djibouti Telecom. These awards were awarded respectively, consisting of a cup and a check of 2 million Djibourian francs to the team of Arta Solar 7, winning team of this edition of the Football Cup of Djibouti, which won against Djibouti Telecom by 3 goals to 1, a check of 1 million to the team of Djibouti Telecom, a medal to each of the 4 referees who supervised this final match, a trophy to the best player of the tournament, which went this year to Ahmed Baeli from the team of Arta Solar by winning the 2022 edition of the Djibouti Football Club. The team Arta Solar doubled the stake since it had 2 weeks earlier won the trophy of the Djiboutian Football Championship. The participation of the President of the Republic is the closing ceremony of each edition of the Djibouti Football Cup is not a coincidence. It gives the full measure of the willingness of the head of state to work for the development of his young citizens. In addition to the Prime Minister, Mr. Abdelkader Kamel Mohammed, several other members of the government, including the Secretary of State in charge of Sports, Mr. Hassan Mohammed Kamel, took part in this event. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation Government spokesman, His Excellency Mr. Mahmoud Ali Yusuf, represents the President of the Republic, His Excellency Mr. Ismail Omar Guelleh, at the 16th Extraordinary Session of the Assembly of Heads of State and Government of the African Union on Terrorism and Unconstitutional Charges of Government in Africa on May 28, 2022 in Malabo. The Ministry is accompanied by an important delegation including the Ambassador of Djibouti in Ethiopia and Permanent Representative to the African Union, Mr. Abdi Mahmoud, Mr. Swafa Qasim, Consular to the Embassy of Djibouti in Addis Ababa, and Mr. Musa Ali Muhammad, a Consular at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. This 16th special edition examines the situation of terrorism and constitutional charges of government in Africa with a focus on robust response, defending democracy and collective security. The Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Mr. Mahmoud Ali Yusuf, indicated in his speech on this occasion that terrorism and violent extremism still pose an existing threat to our continent. Moving on, the first meeting of the Council of Djibouti was held this morning at the meeting room of the Town Hall of Djibouti. A word of order launched the project Djibouti Zero Waste, a commendable initiative that will have the mission to beautify the capital. This large-scale project, under the leadership of the mayor of the capital, Mr. Saeed Daoud Mohammed, was immediately brought together the various actors of municipalities of the capital. The launch of this campaign, Djibouti Zero Waste, was an important moment of national citizen mobilization against public insalubrity and anarchic occupation of the public highway, but also changed the modes of appropriation by polluting less and wasting less. It is an urgent to put an end to urban clutter and insalubrity and to initiate a collection congregation so that everyone can understand that the public space should no longer be a receptacle of all kinds of garbage which can be soiled in all tranquility. Among the missions of the CNDH provided by the Law 59/N/14 TL of July 20, 2014 are visits to prisons and places of preventive detention in the country. The objective of this kind of visits is to learn about the conditions of detention of prisoners in general and vulnerable detainees in particular. It should be remembered that with the exception of freedom, detainees do not lose the enjoyment of human rights set forth in the International Bill of Human Rights. The CNDH ensures that the accused and convicted persons benefit from conditions to ensure that dignity of the person deprived of liberty is protected in accordance with Article 10 of the International Covenant of Civil and Political Rights and the standard minimum rules of the treatment of prisoners. In this optic, a strong delegation of the National Commission on Human Rights, led by its president, Mr. Saliban Omar Odin, visited this Sunday, May 29, 2022, at the civil prison of Gabod. The president of the CDH and his delegation visited the staff of the director of the prison in the different sections of the establishment, which is the minor section, the women's section, the men's section, the registry, the infirmary, and finally, the kitchen. A Citizens' Day was organized yesterday in District 7 under the auspice of the President of the Commune of Bel'aus, Mr. Abdul Qadir Iman. The objective is to beautify the general district of the Commune of Bel'aus. This is in the framework of Djibouti Clean City. The Commune of Bel'aus, with the support of young people, women, and in collaboration with the association SOS Environment, have swept and cleared the seat of the commune in the 2nd district to remove garbage and repaint the sidewalks. The day saw the participation of several men and women in order to make the day a success. They cleaned and repainted the premises of the central headquarters of the Commune of Bel'aus. On his side, the president of the Commune of Bel'aus, Mr. Abdul Qadir Iman, thanked all the participants to this day. He invited all the citizens to watch over the social cohesion and harmony to perennize the social peace in the Republic of Djibouti.
Trash is out. So what I'm requesting from my people, my Djiboutian people, is only one thing. We are, one people in one hands, and we got the same blood. So let make Djibouti green, and try to make it beautiful. This is our city, so let's get hand by hand to be as one. I hope this is not gonna be the first time. We will do it again with the help and as our leader, our president, Abdul Qadir Iman. We actually all here for today to take out all the trash, not only in here, but in all Djibouti.
The youth movement, one and indivisible, in collaboration with the municipality of Balbala and the OVD, organized yesterday in the area of PK12 the second stage of Operation Solidarity on the theme My Patriotic Act for the Cleanliness of My City. The objective is to strengthen the civic commitment of young people and women through actions of cleanliness. Especially, the aim is to encourage young people and women to get involved in cleanliness, then to reinforce the mixing between the young people and women of the same commune, and to fan the spirit of the work of general interest within them, and to contribute to the reduction of diseases related to the insalubrity, but also to synthesize them on the promotion of the civic mindedness and patriotism. Last but not least, Azad School in Djibouti organized on Thursday evening, May 27th, in the Great Hall of Al-Rahma Complex, a ceremony dedicated to the closing of student activities of the year 2021-2022 and to the departures of the 20th class of third-year secondary students. The closing ceremony was held under the patronage of the director of the school in Djibouti, Mr. Faisal Ali Roble, and the reactor of the school, Mr. Ziad Umar, the director of the school. The school's faculty members and the parents of the 20th country class also participated in the event, which Azad School used to organize every year. The ceremony included various artists' performances, especially folk dances, as well as a documentary film that highlights the progress of the high educational building over the past 3 decades. At the end of the ceremony, the gathering students and the winners of the prize of the director of Azad School in Djibouti for the memorization of the Holy Quran received commendations from the hands of senior officials present at the ceremony. It is with great emotion and sadness that we have just learned of the death of the late Muhammad Ali Warke, General Okal of Badaitum Mela. Mr. Muhammad Ali Warke, affectionately called Wasilay II, was one of the first and immediate Okal general and wise men of the Obokh region. He was a great and distinct wise man and a man who had a big and good heart. Endowed with an exceptional kindness with a great generosity, he was a man at the same time humble, modest, courteous, simple, and affable. He was also welcoming, in a good mood, and above all, always at the service of others, especially the vulnerable people he helped and assisted. The gestures of reconciliation, sympathy, and solidarity of Okal, General Muhammad Ali Warke, will be crucially missed. It is all of Djibouti that is saddened and pained by the death of this great Djiboutian personality, truly exceptional and unique, who leaves behind him a great void. We share this moment of pain and sorrow with all his family and friends. We offer my sincere condolence to his family, courage and patience in this difficult and painful moment, to the region of Obokh in general, and to the great community of Badaitum Mele in particular. The late Muhammad Ali Warke left a widow, 6 children, and many grandchildren. May God grant him his mercy and welcome him in his eternal paradise. Ameen. Shifting course to the international scene now, Real Madrid won the 14th Champions League in its history, an all-time record by beating Liverpool 1-0 in a final whose kickoff was delayed for more than 30 minutes yesterday at the Stade of France. As a coach in the Champions League, a record after his success with AC Milan in his last defeat was in 1981, a match lost in Paris against Liverpool. The final, which was originally scheduled for 9 local time, was delayed by 36 minutes due to the security problem. The French police explained in a statement that a group of fans without tickets had tried to enter the stadium, causing chaos outside the Stade de France. By this, our beloved viewers, we conclude this edition. Thank you for being with us, and make sure to tune in later for more. Have a wonderful evening and take care. Thank you.